Today in St. Cloud, Minnesota. We're still in St. Cloud, right?
Yes.
St. Cloud, Minnesota, on vacation. We did the state fair and everything this weekend. I usually take Saturday and Sunday off, but the Olympia's coming up, and sometimes, like when we go to Mexico, I'll take the whole week off. Sometimes I just train once. Got the Olympia coming up though, so you got to stay on your program. Of course, you don't want to look deflated or worse or bad at the Olympia or whatever, because it's the biggest show of the year. So we're going to go ahead and train here. Now, what I like to do on workouts in other states and stuff like that, we're at Fitness Evolution in St. Cloud, is a lot of places have different machines that we don't have back home. So what I do is I'll take advantage of that when we're at these different places. And I think last time we were here, I think they had a couple back machines that were a little bit different, and a couple chest machines that were a little bit different. And from, you know, visiting family and doing stuff and running around stuff, you don't have 100% energy. You don't have 100% recovery, because I didn't sleep in my bed, which, you know, is always an issue for me. I'm not when I don't sleep well. So if you don't have 100% recovery, you still give 100% of what you got. So it may only be 80% of what you normally have, but it's 100% of what you actually have at this point. And that's okay, because it's your recovery's not the same, so you're still giving 100%. So what I'll do is I'll use those machines to get a different feel of what's going on. And sometimes I wind up having a great workout. You know, other times I wind up leaving and it's like, hopefully it was a day where you just maintain what you had. Sometimes you do make a jump because you're continuing on, you get home, you recover, you rest and stuff. So today is back and chest day. It's not a normal back and chest day because we don't have the equipment that we have at home. Well, they probably have it. We'll do something a little different today. So this should be something that, you know, you guys, when you're traveling, go ahead and look for those other weird machines and stuff, because you never know. You might just feel a different kind of way of contracting the muscle. When you get back to your original gym that you train at, try to maneuver around and feel those muscles the same way, and it can actually contract the same way in those other machines. So you're always learning something. Hey guys, first exercise, like I said, we're going to use machines that we normally don't have at home. This is a techno gym. I don't know, I've never heard of techno gym before, but obviously it's a, you know, a company that makes exercise machines. It's the upper back. Now this one is like, it's interesting because it's like doing a barbell row, but old school style, not that Dorian Yates type with the reverse grip of the elbows, pulling them straight back. They come up and out, which it hits that, the rhomboids, the teres, the middle trap. You really feel that contraction there. And I think it actually feels a little better than a barbell, because the barbell would stop at your chest. You can pull your arms a little further back with this. So we'll try to hit failure on this. It's hard to hit failure on it because just when you think you're hitting failure, you get a couple more out. You would feel that right in your mid trap. Rear delt kind of pulls it too. I feel a pump my rear delts from that right now too. 3 sets of these. I think, I didn't count reps, but I know it was more than 12, so I probably could have gone a little heavier. I was worried about losing that tension on the muscles and wind up trying to pull more with my arms, which I don't want to do. So overall, pretty cool machine. All right, so this is the pull-down machine, which under normal circumstances would sound like, hey, it's a pull-down machine, but if you look at this contraption right here, it doesn't look like your regular pull-down. It's on a swivel here, where when you pull the arms down, it actually has a good range of motion going down and back, but you can pull the elbow straight down, which really contracts the lat. So you hit mid-back with the rows, lats pulling down. And those are the two movements. I usually do a pull-up. I usually don't do pull-downs, but a pull-up and some kind of row. And instead of doing a pull-up, if you have a chin-up bar, I'm just going to do this machine, which I think is a cool machine to take advantage of it while it's here. It has like a fixed range of motion, which on a regular cable apparatus doesn't. So it allows you to not have to balance the bar, which I just had somebody ask me recently, why is there a difference between benching with a barbell and dumbbells? Why is there so much of a difference in the weight that I can use? Stabilizing muscles when something can move in 360 degrees as opposed to a bar, which is going to go straight up and down. It can move straight up and down too, but when you have a dumbbell in your hand, it can rotate 360 degrees. You have to stabilize it as well as press it at the same time. Cables are the same way. As you go to pull the cable down, it can move 360 degrees. So that actually changes the way the central nervous system fires to pull that down. as well as the fact those stabilizing muscles have to lock in. So now these, it takes that out of it, so you're just pulling with the muscle that you want to pull with, which is what? The lats. So strap in. It really helps his lats fire like that. Feels really, really deep burn right inside that bottom of the lat, in the middle part. We don't have this, we have a cable crossover machine in our gym, but we don't have this specific one with the back on it, which this is a free motion machine. I think Cybex makes this exact same machine that I've seen in other gyms, but figure while here, again, take advantage of the machine. Now I always do a press and a cable crossover. So now some of you guys may be like, Jerry, if you're always pushing like compound movements, to me a cable crossover contracts my chest way different than anything else. Some guys use it as a finishing exercise. I try to go as heavy as I can and turn it into a fly press. Okay, so before I get the form police, again, you little fuckers on there saying stuff like, Jerry, you need to keep your arms straight, or you gotta do. No, I turn it into specifically a fly press, so it's not a press. It's a fly press combination, which allows you to use more weight but contract the chest the same way that a cable crossover would be doing like a fly movement. So now this thing, I'm not sure weight-wise what to use because it's a new machine. So I'll pick the weight that I feel like I could probably fail on about 12 with, and we'll see if I go past 12. As long as I'm hitting failure, you're firing all those muscle fibers. It doesn't really matter the rep range. You just don't want to get a lot of lactic acid in there. So. Surprising, that was a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. But again, I mean, right now my whole chest is pumped. And it's like when you contract it, it actually cramps together, which is where you want to be before you hit that pressing movement, so that your chest is a lot more tired than your shoulders or your triceps. It's the last exercise for chest. I did the isolation already at the cables. Now I'm going to do a press on a machine. The only thing I don't like about this machine is I have to have a very narrow grip when I press. Like for me, a normal benching grip is about shoulders width, which some people consider that a close grip bench press. My close grip, I actually touch my thumbs together, and that's where I close grip on the bar for a close grip bench. Shoulder width. The wide grip actually bothers my shoulder. It always has. Got worse after I had the shoulder injury from wrestling where I tore the tendon and screwed up the joint itself. But most of the time when I have a neutral grip kind of press on a machine, it will reduce the pressure on that, that area in my shoulder. Even this one, the neutral grip's a little bit wide, but again, I'm trying to take advantage of the machines that we have, that we don't have back home, that they have here. So it's essentially just a chest press neutral position. It's a very strange kind. You see one handle moves, the other one doesn't. Weird, right? All right. It comes together, kind of like a fly. That was a little bit light. I think it was probably over 20 reps, but keep the constant tension on the pec the whole time. This channel, man, this station's got all the 90s hits. Freaking love it. I'm a 90s baby all the way. That's it for the Minnesota workout. Thank you, Minnesota. Whew.
So I challenge you to do something else that you haven't trained in a long time.
Skydiving?
No, training.
Kegels?
Oh my god, I can't believe you just said that.
That's a joke to me and Brooks. It's funny.
Oh. You know what you haven't trained in forever?
Forms. I haven't done forms in forever.
Baby cows.
Calves?
Calves.
Can we do calves?
Yep.
All right.
They
we'll
look a little thin.
They only stay about 17 and a half to
That's it?
18 and a half, yeah.
Dude, you should be training those.
If I train them, I can't walk. I feel retarded. Find a calf machine. Hey guys, we're gonna do calves now on the seated leg press machine. I don't like doing the standing calf raises anymore. They hurt my back, just for that simple reason. We have a donkey calf raise and we have a seated calf raise at our gym too. I usually don't train calves. I just don't need to train them. When you're squatting and heavy leg pressing, which I don't do either one anymore, the calves get hit more than you think they do, and they actually grow better by not adding the extra calf workouts in. A lot of people add the extra calf workouts in. They're like, dude, my calves are not growing. I train them like 4 times a week. I train them first in my workouts. I'm like, what the fuck, are you squatting? Yeah. Are you training legs? Yeah. Well, you're overtraining them. That's why they're not growing. I mean, most people think you have to train a body part more to get it to grow, and most times you have to train it less. It takes longer to recover as long as you've made that, flip that switch for the muscular growth to happen so they can adapt. You need to train less, not more, and that's a big mistake people make. So, I mean, this is like one time in the last, how many, probably 2 years, I think I've trained calves. So I use the stretch overload principle, which I've been using for a long time. I've been using it on my clients too. I didn't really know how it worked, I just knew that it worked. But the more I looked into it, the more that the calf actually can't rest, or the muscle can't rest while it's resting. It actually keeps those fibers fired the whole time, so that when you start to go back into the next set, even though it's one set, the muscle fibers that have fired have not recovered to be able to fire again. They're already fired, so you're firing more of the muscle fibers, getting closer to failure faster than you would within a set instead of 3 sets. So if that makes any sense for the sets. So get them up. All right. Knees bent, takes the pressure off the hamstrings. Just the parallel. Squeeze up. All right, now we stretch.
He's resting in a stretch position.
Once he starts to fail, stretch again.
Stretching again.
I don't know if you can notice, but while you're doing this, you're gripping down on this thing, pulling on those handles really tight. Your abs tight, your shoulders are tight, your neck's tight, everything is tight. So it's like you're hitting your whole body at the same time while you're doing calves. And that's like when I'm doing curls, when I'm doing push downs, everything that people normally like, Kari, you're only doing some curls, why are you out of breath? Because everything winds up involving your whole body when you do this failure training. Like right now, the calves are on fire. And you'll notice I only go to parallel because very few times, unless you're climbing a very steep mountain in the middle of fucking nowhere, because I haven't done that, but Kari has. Do you ever see, here, get a shot of my leg. Do you ever see the calf go like this? You walk, it's parallel and up when you're walking. This, not in nature. So it makes sense that when you go through here, the calf doesn't take the full load. The tendon takes part of the load. Here, the calf takes the whole load. So you want to keep it flat, parallel, and above contraction. The contraction, what's important, not the stretch, because when you're done with the contraction, then you stretch. We're done training. Now we're going to head back home and spend some time with the family.
Yay!
Now, something interesting. Kari's dad built this gym. He's an architect.
Well, he designed it.
Well, he designed it. Okay,
yeah.
He didn't go over there with a hammer and build it himself.
No, but he did design it. Yes.
And his friend, who actually made these ready-to-drinks, which I had never seen them before. I'm like, let me grab one post-workout.
Yeah,
It's there.
I've never seen it before either.
And the lady at the gym was like, have you ever seen these? I'm like, no, I've never seen them. Well, turn to find out, it's her father's friend made them to compete with another company that had a ready-to-drink whose quality was absolute fucking garbage. So she said, you know, give them a try, see what you think. So they're lactose-free, no added hormones, gluten-free. We're going to give these a try. They're actually made with real milk.
They got the California seal of approval.
California,
so, yeah,
is that the California Happy Cow?
The real thing.
Happy cow.
California Happy Cow.
Do the Happy Cow.
Hi, I'm a California Happy Cow.
We're off. We're out.